Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toys Sssqueeze channel in Malaysia. On the channel today from MOTU Origins Wave 14, I'm taking a look at Squeeze, the evil long-armed Viper. I've already covered the packaging details of the Squeeze figure months back, including detailed commentary on the artwork. I've also done a full review of the mini comic that comes in this wave, The Fading Fortress, as well as an in-depth review of the vintage 80s Squeeze figure. So go check out all those videos if you haven't already. I will say that I definitely do prefer the darker green paint apps on the vintage Squeeze figure. I know that Origins makes all their figures brighter, but in this case, I think Squeeze is perhaps a little bit too green. But what you're getting with this figure is something unique for the Origins line, which has been famous for repetitively reusing parts and accessories across the waves. Squeeze, however, features all new tooling from top to bottom, front and back, as well as retaining his original action feature, but in fact making it better. The arms extend much smoother and bend a far lot easier too. There's so much more play value that you can achieve here, and Squeeze is now able to reach all new lengths with his arms with greater ease. This sector seems to be clear of the evil Snake Man. There's that wretched bee buzz off. Allow me to squeeze him from the skies. No! Let me go! Let me go now! Squeeze and separate. The general consensus on Squeeze is that he's a pretty goofy and super over-the-top character. But so what? When has goofiness ever been a hindrance when it comes to Masters of the Universe? Now, he's got a head design that looks more like a lizard monster of some kind, and nothing even remotely resembling a snake. In fact, Squeeze here reminds me more of the lizard from Marvel Comics. They'll probably repurpose his head at some point to create that Lord Grasp figure for Origins that's in some stage of development right now, I guess. Now, Squeeze has got all new, super tough looking purple armor. This thing is permanently attached to his body, so it's not one of those detachable pieces that you can mix and match with other figures. Okay, no. You may not believe that Squeeze is a Snake Man, but that serpent emblem on his armor says different, proving his allegiance to his Dark Master, King Hiss. The exterior of his long arms is covered with this rocky, craggy-like surface. The detailing here is great, but it looks more like the skin on a dinosaur, and you get it on the entire length of his stretched out arms, all over his body, on his back, in fact right down to his legs. Okay, it's all over him. In addition to his new boxer shorts, you also get new armor sections on his thighs, and also some all new redesigned boots. Now, I paid extra for this figure because it didn't come through regular retail in Malaysia, like I mentioned in another video, but at least it's 100% brand new figure with no recycled parts. Squeeze comes with one accessory, his pet snake. I never had the accessory that came with the vintage figure, and I always thought that this was just a snake staff weapon. But it turns out that this is an actual living thing, okay? It's alive. And it's probably the most Snake Man part of this whole figure, because this is the only thing about Squeeze that is snake-like, okay? Now, the snake does have some bendable features, but it's nowhere near as smooth as what you will find on the Squeeze figure. The detailing doesn't really stand out either. I mean, this could just as well be a weapon, okay? But it's a living creature instead, making this whole thing sort of a two-pack, as we are now getting two characters, two living characters. Now, why exactly does Squeeze have a pet snake? That isn't exactly clear. However, pets do have a way of making even the darkest days seem brighter. With such a complex amount of new parts, you might think that you can't remove the limbs like you can with the rest of the Origins figures, but no, in actual fact, you can. You can remove all the parts with relative ease. You can get them all off and customize the arms, legs, chest, feet, head, customize them all on other figures if you want. Everything except for the chest armor like I showed you. Now, one of the things that you might want to do is to get out that 2002 styled Snake Armor Skeletor figure from Wave 12. Because in the 2002 series, you had a Snake Strike Skeletor figure that had these crazy extended bendable arms. But those arms had sort of a mechanical look to them. But what if they look more reptilian and organic instead? And then you could have something like this, a totally insane looking snake themed Skeletor with mutant extended arms. Now how about that, guys? The instructions say that you can use Squeeze's arms to tie up to 3 heroic warriors at the same time. Well, no shit. These are some really long arms, and you can probably get even 4 characters in there with some creativity. Squeeze can just grab them all at one go and then just release them violently. And then just use his arms to slam at them repeatedly. Yeah, just slam into them. Slam them to submission. Yeah. Shit. Also, while the heroes are having a private conversation to themselves, you could have Squeeze sneak up slowly and interrupt the whole conversation by toppling them over. That's the video, guys. Let me know what you thought of it. Support the channel by joining up as a Retro Toy Sssqueeze member, and I'll catch you guys again real soon with more content. Take care out there. Shit.